right, we are out here. We're out on the property. It's late. We are getting ready to get something to eat and call it good. This is what we got. Yeah. Say hi, John.
Hi, John.
Yep. And we're going to get something to eat and hang out. We'll probably play a couple games of cribbage and then call it good for the night. And then we're going to get up early and hit it first thing. So the nights out here are amazing. It's going to get cold though. Yeah. Yeah. John says it's cold. Yeah, we'll see what he says in the morning. All right, stick around. Morning, YouTube. It's Dave, Lost Farms Homestead. We're here on the property this morning. It's December 4th, I believe. And it is about 7 o'clock in the morning. It's very cold. Yeah, getting ready to start a fire. I want to make some breakfast. I got some biscuits and gravy and packed them up. Packed them up in tins. Like this. There we go. Oh, that's potato mash. Here, try this. Little tin of biscuits and gravy. I'm gonna start a fire over here and put them on there, see if I can heat it up and have a nice warm breakfast because it's very cold this morning. Everything's frozen. My propane tank is about to die. Here, look. This is what I got right now. That's on high. So, yeah. I think that might keep my water hot for about another 5 minutes maybe, but I got my coffee on, so I'm about to push this down and get me a cup. So hear me pour a cup. Yeah, John's still sleeping right now, so I'm about to go wake him up in a bit. But he don't like to get up when it's cold out still, and early. So I tend to get up a little bit early and make coffee. And oh wow, look at my rim is frozen. The rim of my coffee cup is frozen. Hang on a minute, sorry. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good coffee. I'm gonna get some more of that. Yeah. Sorry, good coffee. So, I got my fire kit out here this morning. And I used it last night, but I didn't use my little things that I did. I made an experiment. I took some paper towels, just cheap dollar store paper towels, and put it out in a square with a newspaper under it, of course. And then I took a bunch of, again, dollar store tea light candles and lit the candles and melted it down just until the max. Yeah, it's early. More coffee. Until the max was welted. That's funny. Okay. Melted them down until all of the wax was melted. And then I poured the wax out over the top of them and spread it on pretty thick, and then let it get hard again. And then I took those sheets, nice little squares, and I cut them up into nice little squares that would fit inside of a matchbook case like this. And I put wax paper in between each one so that they wouldn't stick together. That didn't work too well. They are sticking together a bit. But I'm going to pull one of these and stick it in here and see how well it's going to work. Now, I haven't tried these yet, so I'm a little... I mean, it's an experiment, so we'll see how this works out. Let me get the tripod set up, and then I'll get us a good view, and I'll show you what I'm doing. So give me just a moment. Thanks. All right. So this is what I've got right here. Got these little squares, and okay, let me grab a couple of these. Sorry, my hands are cold. It's chilly. Wow. Didn't burn. I think maybe you got to get it going. I think once it gets going and we get it in there, I think it'll burn real well. Okay. Try it again. There we go. So like that. I think that's going to go real well. Oh, I might not even need this one. Shit. That looks like a winner. Alright. Yeah. Huh, seemed to work pretty good. Alright. Guess that worked pretty good. Alright. So, yeah, that's one of the small things that I keep in my fire kit. It can fit inside of a matchbox. And I can fit a bunch of them in there. It works pretty good. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna get breakfast going and get John up. So, yep. Yeah, I'm gonna get John up, get some breakfast going, and we're gonna get started on the bag house, the Earthbag house. I think we're gonna go around the back, continue around the back until we can get those the 16-foot lateral supports in, and then bring the back up to it. Also brought some bottles here. I brought some bottles for the back wall that we're gonna put in here. Oh, it fell over. Here, some of these like this, the big ones. You might remember these from when we were doing the bottle cutting. So these, I figure we can put this in the middle of the wall like this, and the bag will come up to it, so you'll be able to see light through it, and we'll put it in between the bags so we can get some spots of light in the back wall and get a little bit of light coming through that back wall. And I think that'd be pretty cool. So we're gonna try that and see how that works out, and try to bring that front wall up and get it ready for the framing for the roof. So we'll see how far we get. Stick around. Thanks. So we're going to check out this biscuits and gravy and see how we did, see how it works. So I haven't tried this before, so I'm gonna open one of these guys up. This might need to cook a little bit more. So, I don't know, that looks good. Yeah, that's warm. I got steam. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's bubbling. Yeah, it looks good. Let's see if it's hot. Oh, it's hot. All right. Yep, that's for breakfast. Right on. That's delicious. It needs to cool a little bit. Whew. Ah, I burnt my tongue. All right. Excellent. Excellent idea. Oh, right on. Let's get out of the sun a bit here. Yeah. So, breakfast was delicious. We're getting ready to go start working on the Earthbag house right now. I want to talk a little bit about something that's been on my mind the last little while. So, excuse me. So I've noticed as I read my scriptures, and I see a lot of the things that are happening on other YouTube channels and around everywhere. A lot of the other social media sites and other areas. There's a thing happening that I'm seeing, and my mind, I'm hearing a lot of just, and I'm not sure where it's coming from, but I'm hearing a lot of just separating the wheat from the chaff. And if you're not familiar with that, technically what that is there's a process when you're harvesting wheat where you beat or stomp down on the wheat when you harvest it, and it breaks the inedible husk parts off onto the ground. And then there's another one, it's called winnowing, where they flip it up in the air on a screen, and then all the other small pieces go flying away. And the part that flies off and that falls off is called the chaff, and you can't eat that. And oftentimes it's burned for fuel or just left to blow away in the wind. And they keep the wheat, and they use the wheat. So, biblically in the scriptures, when they speak of separating the wheat from the chaff, that has a lot to do with like the chaff being the wicked, the unbelieving, the evil people of the world being separated from the good people, the pure, the believers. And on the websites, or not the websites, I apologize, on the social media sites and on a lot of the YouTube things and some of the other stuff that I've been seeing lately, I hear a lot of "come out of her, my people." And I see people fleeing the cities, the large cities, to move to the country. And it's almost like I don't know, like a group, like a large group of people are feeling the pull. And that's one of the main reasons why, for me, one of the main reasons why I wanted to get away from the city and out here to the country, is to get away from all of the craziness that happens in the cities. You know, I mean, it said, you know, "come out of her, my people, lest you partake of her sins." You know, and I don't want to be anywhere around all that craziness. But anyways, I've been hearing, in my head, I've been hearing separating the wheat from the chaff. And that to me is saying a lot. So I really need to be watching what I'm doing and make sure that I'm walking with the Father the way I need to be. And I suggest everyone else, get yourself in line. Excuse me. So, anyways, that was on my mind. So, I'm gonna go get this stuff together, and we're gonna get it all packed up and get us out to the build site and start putting up some sandbags. So, stick around. Thanks. So we're out here at the sandbag house, and it's been a while since we've been out here. I came out and checked on it last week and it was fine, but sometime in between when I checked on it and now, the cows have been out here and they kind of tore it up a little bit. So I'm going to take you around and show you the damage, and then we'll fix that stuff before we continue. So here, right here, so you can see where they pushed this over right here, and then you can see the footprints, hoof prints, whatever. And this top of this wall is a little bit out. I'm not sure how they did that. They were probably pushing up against it, like trying to scratch their side or something, pushing up against it. You can see how it's out right there. So we're gonna have to get in there and pull that back to square. They broke a bunch of the braces off too. There, we'll get to it here. Let's see right here. So across the front of it, we're pretty good across the front for the most part, but you can see this brace right here where they popped it out of the ground and kind of moved it over a little bit, and it's kind of coming out up here at the top. I got to fix that. So, but yeah, that's not too bad. I'll just pound that in and put that back straight and reattach it into the ground. That won't be too bad of a problem. This one, they didn't mess with this one. They were smart enough to go around it. So that's okay. This looks a little bit out. I'll have to double check the plumb on it. But over here, you can see they walked right through the braces that I had holding that window frame. They just snapped that one right in half, popped that one right off. So we're gonna have to fix that. But the big thing over here is they broke our table, so we're gonna have to do some work to the table to fix it up before we can do any sandbags. So I don't think it's too bad. We should be able to fix that with a couple of nails, I think. But you can see here where they stepped through the insulation around the cooling tube that we put in. So, and then if we come over here, you can also see over here, see there's footprints everywhere. They stepped through right here. You can see they popped through right there. And I don't know how deep that goes down. Looks like it backfilled a little once they stepped in it, so I'm not sure. But I'll dig that out and check it and just make sure. And then we'll get that fixed. So everything else looks like it's okay. Doesn't look like it got damaged too bad. So that bag on the end right there we need to fix and square up this wall, and then we'll get the braces put back up the way they need to be. And once we got that situated, we'll fix this table, and then we'll get on the sandbags. So, all right, so we're gonna get on it. Thanks. Alright, so we fixed the back wall. We propped up the one side, so that's good now. We got the brace put on here and over on the side, and I fixed the table, so we're all good with that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to wrap these here, these lintels. I have a lintel, the short one is going to be for the window in the back over there, and then the long one right here, this one's going to be for the slider here in the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these all wrapped up and get them ready to go so we can put them onto the above the window and door over here. That way they're ready when we get to it, because we're like 1 or 2 rows away, so I expect to get to them tonight. And we're gonna get these ready to go and then start filling bags and get them up on the wall. So stick around, thanks. Alright, so we brought this up a couple of rows across the top of here, and over here on this side we brought this around up high so we're even. So this lintel here on top of this window, this lintel is even around on this side over here with this lintel here up on the top. So actually it's actually a little bit higher, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this up and kind of bring it around only as high as we need to, and bring it up so that we can get that lintel on. And then we're gonna carry this row around like this, all the way around. And then we're gonna stop it here and do a bunch of half bags, like little skinny bags, like this right here, these little ones, to level out across the top to the next set, and then just continue that around. And then when we get to this side over here, we should be even with that. So then we'll bring this one out and kind of taper it down to get that lintel on. So this lintel and that lintel over there on the big one, so those should be right about the same, and then we can fill in between. And once we get to the top of those two lintels, we'll just make it even all the way around, and then that'll be the level that's the top of the wall all the way around. And then from there we'll only build up the front and kind of taper it down so it's got some support. Excuse me. And then that's where we'll frame in the roof. So that's what I'm thinking right now. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So all right, we're gonna get on it. Thanks. So we've gotten the wall up to height where we need it at, so we're gonna do the cleats for the 16-foot lateral supports for the top of the wall. So what we're gonna do is, the first thing I'm gonna do is take some 3-inch nails and put them through this direction. This is the same like we do with all of our cleats. And then I'm going to take this, put it this way on here, attach it to the end of this 2x4. Like this. So that way we'll set it up on the wall like this and then line up the other end where it needs to be. And once we get it lined up on the other end, we'll attach that to the bottom wall frame. And then that way, when we bring the other bags in, the bags, we can put nails down into the ones above or below, and the above ones will come down on top of these here. And that way it'll grab all of it like a cleat, and it'll hold it so it'll support that wall from moving this way back and forth, and it'll be braced off of the bottom wall frame in the back. So that's what we're doing. So alright, so we got the cleats up here. There's the one right here going across, and it's sitting up on there. And I'm going to put a couple of bags on either side to hold it, but it's okay for right now, it'll be good. I'm going to put some on there before we leave, and then we have the other one here. So that one also is cleated and runs across to this side. So these two lateral supports are set up in here for the front wall to keep it more secure so it's not moving around on us. Now we got a little bit sticking out right here in the back. I'll adjust that later. I'll cut it off or whatever I need to do. Clean this up. Excuse me. And I'll get all of that situated before we start the roof framing. So this is actually going to be a little bit below the actual roof frame. And I was talking before on one of the other videos about how this frame right here, we're going to probably end up cutting the top off of this and bringing it down a little bit for the slope of the roof, but I'm not sure exactly what the framing of that is right now. I've got it kind of drawn up at home. I'm going to refine it a little bit. I need to come out and take measurements of this to know exactly what I'm working with, and then I'll get it all situated then. So I need to bring out the zip tie straps, and I need to have lumber the next time I come out so we can put the top boards in here. And yeah, it's starting to come together. So I'm going to get a few things set up here, and then we'll wrap it up. So stick around. Thanks. So we are finished for the night. We're going to pack it up and get us back to the campsite. So this is where we ended for the night. We got this lintel up on top of here and ran this around. And you can see the horizontal, the lateral supports in there. And we brought this all the way up and put 2 rows all the way across the top of this. And those 2 sticking right there, and those 2 sets right there. That's where the cleats are in between, and that's just holding the cleats down. And we will hook up the barbed wire and run those off next time we come out. So this lintel is not attached right here. We just got it sitting up there because if we did attach it, we would have trouble getting bags in underneath right here. So we just kind of set it up there, and we'll attach that next time we're out. So these are the lateral supports that I was showing you earlier. You saw all that, and that's kind of pretty much it. We ran into some issues when we first got here. We had to clean up a bunch of stuff from the cows. The cows came through and trashed a bunch of stuff before we were able to start. So, and then lunch ran a little bit longer than I had expected it to because it took longer to boil the water. I was looking for one of those little fold-up camp stoves, the little ones. I couldn't find one in time to bring it out, so I got the Sterno, and yeah, that stuff, unless you're using it for what it's exactly made for, it's kind of garbage. So, or maybe I'm just not, I don't know how to do it for a camping application, maybe. But anyways, so I'll see if I can find one of those camping stoves, and perhaps we'll do it that way next time. Might work out a little bit better. So, anyways, wow, look at this sunset here. Let me get around here. I'll show you the sunset. It's real nice. It's gonna be pretty tonight. Here, see. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it looks the same to you as it looks to me, but yeah, that's pretty nice. I like it. So, but yeah, the temperature is dropping by the minute out here right now. So I'm gonna get back to the we're gonna get back to the campsite and get a fire going, and get some dinner and wrap up for the night so we can drive out in the morning. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.